So today we will be talking about linkage and crossing over. Linkage and crossing over means we are talking about the chromosomes, how the chromosomal genes are linked and how do it cross. So one by one we will talk. First we will be talking about the linkage, but before that we will just revise what Mendel has said about this, because we have started the topic genetics with the Mendelian genetics, right? So first we will be talking about the Mendel. What Mendel said, Mendel has given a law of independent assortment, right? So independent assortment, what Mendel said, that if two genes are inherited together, so during the meiosis, independently they assort. But when the further studies done, it was found that independent assortment is not always the case. We had already learned about the deviations of the Mendelian genetics, right? We have seen that whatever Mendel has given the rule is not the always case. For few things, it does not mean that Mendel was right, wrong, but he has not observed those things. When the further studies on the genetic is done from the various geneticians, it was found that independent assortment states that the two gametes during the gamete formation, two allele of one gene segregate or assort independently of the allele for the other genes. But if two genes are found on the same chromosome, they will not assort independently and do not follow the Mendelian inheritance pattern. Now, when we talk about the human, we all know that the human have 23 pair of the chromosome, right? Out of which 22 are the autosome and one pair is the heterosome, or it may be homosome in the case of the female. So autosome and sex chromosome. So we have pair. Pair means that we are getting the two sets of genes from the parent. So what happened that these pairs, when they are segregating, because the animal cells are diploid in nature, so at the time of gametogenesis means the formation of the gametes. So gametogenesis is a meiotic process. That means the haploid gametes are formed by the process of the meiosis. Meiosis is the cell division process, which is a reductional process. Means the diploid cell becomes the haploid. Diploid means two sets of chromosome. Haploid means one set of chromosomes. So when this happens, so that particular time it is found that the genes will not assort independently if they are present on the same chromosomes. We have so many genes on a single chromosome. We have already discussed about all these things, that a single chromosome may contain thousands of genes. So if the genes are present on the same chromosome, so when we will take their dihybrid cross, so it is not necessary that these genes will be assort independently. Assort independently means it may happen that the dominant will and recessive, if it is a pair, it will go together. So such type of genes are called as the linked genes. Means these genes will go always together. These two traits will go always together. I'm just giving a rough example. It's not a true example. Suppose you will always find that the dark skin color with the black eye. So that means the dark skin color is always followed with the black eye. Actually, it does not follow, but I'm just giving you for example, for making a concept. I'm telling this thing. In the case of the Drosophila, Mendel has observed that the grey body color and long wings, this thing is always go together, and black body color and vestigial wing, this always go together. So with the help of that, why these two traits are always found together? When they have done the further studies, they found that yes, there are certain characteristics which genes are always going together. That's why that characters traits are always found together, and certain genes are inherited together, and that's why these genes will always be called as the linked genes. Now, what is linkage? When we talk about genetic linkage, so it is the tendency of the alleles that are located close together on the chromosome to be inherited together during the meiosis. As I told you that the gametes they are separating at the time of the meiosis only. So at the time of meiosis, these two homologous pair of the chromosome which are present together, they separate. One gamete means it is the reductional division. So one gamete will get the one chromosome and another gamete will get the another chromosome. Not only this, in the second round of the meiosis, we have learned the meiosis 1, meiosis 2. So this chromosomal pair, to which we are calling as the sister chromatids, even they get separated. Single chromatid is going in each gamete. So that particular time, so if the genes are present on the same chromosome, so that they will inherited means they will go together during the meiosis. So genes whose loci we have already learned the term. It means the place, or it is the perfect location where the genes resides on the chromosome. So genes whose loci are nearer to each other are less likely to be separated to the different chromatids during the chromosomal crossover. Means if they have the close by place, they cannot go together. Therefore, they are said to be genetically linked genes. In other words, we can say nearer two genes are on a chromosome, lower is the chances of swap occurring between them, and more likely they are to be inherited together. See, two things we need to remember about the linkage. The genes are linked only and only when they are present on the same chromosome. And moreover that the distance matters. So various geneticians have given their views on the linkage. So we will talk one by one on those views. First we will talk about the Sutron's view. He said that the chromosomal theory of inheritance, we have already learned chromosomal theory of inheritance, which is given by Sidon when we were talking about the pedigree analysis. So he said many genes are located on the same chromosome. So this gene moves to the same pole during the cell division along with the chromosome and fail to show independent assortment. What he said, if genes are on the same chromosome, they will move to the same pole. We have learned into the cell division that the sister chromatids get separated and they move apart on the different poles, right? So what he said, if complete set of gene goes on the pole. So that time independent assortment question does not raise if the genes are on the same chromosome, but he cannot prove this particular thing by experimentally, and because of this assumption he said that the genes or this particular chromosomal type of inheritance is failed to follow the Mendel's law. Now we will talk about the second rule, that is the Bedson and Punnet's rule. He said he gave idea about the coupling and repulsion. Just a minute. He said that Bedson and Punnett talk about coupling and repulsion. He said that if the genes are have means both the genes are homozygous dominant या फिर homozygous recessive, so that particular time coupling occurs, and if it is combination, that means heterozygous, that time the repulsion occurs. How it happens we'll see. See, these are the example of two sister chromatids. So, if you can see here, the homozygous condition is present. This is the homozygous dominant pair, and this is homozygous recessive pair. So, if this thing happen, you can see the coupling phase. So, what will happen when the cross will occur between two? So you will find the combination capital A small a capital B. Same way repulsion, what is going to happen in the case of the repulsion? In the case of the repulsion, if the pair of given gene is the heterozygous, now these genes are of invariable character. It is not necessary that the genes are of the same character only. Okay, so A and B, I have just given an example to the name genes. So what will happen if the repulsion will happen? So small a capital B, capital A small b. When the repulsion will happen, the F1 recombination will occur. So we will be getting the cross between like this, and we will be getting capital A, capital B, small b. Then Morgan has the different view, and it is the most accepted. In the year 1910, P.H. Morgan stated that coupling and repulsion are the two sides of the same coin. Means it is happening together, vice versa. He observed that the original combination based on the distance, how much distance between two genes are there. So according to him, both the things, that coupling and repulsion, are the two aspects of linkage and crossing over. It can happen simultaneously. So he found that these are the parental gamete. Parental gamete, he is capital A, capital B, small b. Okay, parental gametes are homozygous. That means this is a coupling phase, right? Capital A, capital B, small b. See, just now we have talked here about coupling phase. Coupling phase, that means the parental gametes are homozygous. Repulsion means the parental gametes are the heterozygous. Understood? So, what Morgan said, that whatever cross happens, coupling phase or the repulsion phase, results will be same. So when he observed the cross, so he found many type of results. He got capital A, capital B type of parental gamete. He found the recombinant gamete. These are the gametes. So first gamete, because crossing over is going to take place between the parental gamete. Parental gamete fuses in the case of the sexual reproduction. So that time he said that we can get four combination in both the phases, coupling as well as the repulsion. So he said there are four type of. This is only we assume when we are crossing between the dihybrid cross, right? Only the thing is we are writing it in a way capital A, capital B, small b, cross between capital A, capital B, small b, and we are making the four type of gamete. You all remember? So same way, the Morgan has given the view when there is a coupling phase. Coupling phase means the one of the parent is having the capital A, capital B, small b. Four type of gamete will form: capital A, capital B, capital A, small a, capital B, small b. And when there is a repulsion phase, that time also four type of gametes will form. Now here, out of four gamete, you will find in the case of the coupling phase, capital A, capital B is a parental type of gamete, while capital A, small b is a recombinant gamete. Small a, capital B is again a recombinant gamete, and small b is the parental gamete. Repulsion phase, as I told you, is the heterozygous type of gamete. So that time you will find capital A, small b will be the parental gamete. Capital A, capital B is a recombinant. Small b is a recombinant and the parental gamete. So he assumed and he stated that these are the nothing but the same, matlab two sides of the same coin. Now thereafter, they build a theory. Morgan with the another scientist, William Castle, has built one of the theory. They said that the genes for character exhibiting linkage are located in the same pair of the chromosome. See, these are the thumb rule of the linkage and the crossing over. So one must know the first thing when you want to observe the linkage into the genes. So it is a prime condition that the genes must be located on the same pair of the chromosome. Then linkage of the gene is linear. Gene situated closely into the chromosome exhibit strong linkage, while further apart shows the less linkage. What is this? Situated closely, then situated further apart. What it means? We have learned that each gene have the perfect place on the chromosome, and we have given the name locus to it. So if the two genes are nearby, suppose A is next to B, there are so many genes, right? Suppose one of the example we will take that a chromosome, as usual chromosomes have many gene, thousands and all, we will assume there are 50 genes on one chromosome, okay? And our A gene is the gene number 1 and our B gene is the gene number 27. So that means one gene and gene A and gene B have a wide difference, means they are very far from each other. Maybe due to this distance, they may not show the linkage, but on the second example, gene X and gene Y have the less distance. Say example, gene X is having the loci number 1 and gene Y is present on the third loci. So at that particular time, they will show the strong linkage. I repeat, gene which are closely present on the chromosome, they will express the strong linkage. If they are not very close to each other, it means if they are further apart, that time they will show the less linkage. They may come across the crossing over. You will understand this concept better when I will talk about the crossing over. So we will see the types of linkage. So depending on the presence or absence of new combination or new parental combination, linkage can be of two types. Now, how do we count this linkage? These genes are linked or not linked. So what we do the means we just take the combination when we are getting the offspring. So we see the new combinations are present or not present. If new combination or non-parental combinations are there, so that particular time we can say that the genes are not linked. So first we will talk about complete linkage. If two or more characters are inherited together and consistently appear in two or more generations in their original or parental combination, this is called as complete linkage. See, the point to be remembered here that these two particular type of character will always inherit together. So that particular time we will see that this linkage will be called as the complete linkage. These genes do not produce the non-parental combination. Genes showing complete linkage are closely located on the same chromosome that we had already discussed. That if the genes have the small distance between their loci, that time they will show the complete linkage. Example I had already discussed about this Drosophila. Drosophila is a fruit fly. So gray body and long wings, they always go together. Same way, the black body and the vestigial wings, you will find always together. That means you will not find that the when such type of parents are crossed. That means if we will take a cross between the black body vestigial wing and gray body long wing, you will not find that they have the combination like gray body and vestigial wing. You will always find the parental combination. Non-parental combination you will not find. So the phenomena of the linkage has one of the greatest significance for the living organism, that it reduces the possibility of the variability in the gamete unless crossover occurs. That means if we have one benefit, that suppose I am a breeder, okay, and I have a quality of suppose I am a this chicken breeder, okay, and I am getting two beneficial traits together. One is the good quality of the egg and this heavy body, that means I am getting the more quantity of the meat. So I want these two things I should always get. So if these two genes are completely linked, so that time this particular trait is beneficial for me. And same way the plant breeder, if the two genes are completely linked, so they also have the benefit. Now we will talk a little about the incomplete linkage. Incomplete linkage is just opposite to the complete linkage. That means this type of linkage exhibit by the genes which are produced some percentage of non-parental combination. Now see here, although it is incomplete, but linkage is there. Okay, so it is not like that 100% always you will find the new type of progeny. You will find the non-parental combination. So you will get parental as well as non-parental combination. So such genes are located distantly on the same chromosome. Not same here, it should come such genes are located distantly but on the same chromosome. So it is due to accidental or occasional breakage of chromosomal segment during the crossing over. We will see on the chromosome, so you will understand better. First, we will talk about the complete linkage. What we talk about the complete linkage? Complete linkage, we have talked that the genes will always inherit together. There will no changes into the combination. So here, black body and purple eye, gray body and the red eye. Okay, so this is the parental combination. So here you will find that the black body, purple eye, gray body, red eye. So you will find that the 50% of the progeny have the gray body, red eye as this of this parent, and 50% have the black body, purple eye. You can see like this parent. So there is no new combination. That means these two genes are completely linked. Now incompletely linked genes we will talk. What will happen in that case? The crossing over will occur. Crossing over will give the new combinations, and that time you will find the four type of progeny. But you will find gray body red eye, which is one of the parental combination, and black body purple eye, which is again a particular parental combination. They have the more in number. They are more in number. That means that percentage is high. That is 47%, 47%. And only 3% non-parental combination is occurring, and that's why it is called as the incomplete linkage. Now, what are the significance of the linkage? One, I had already discussed that it reduces the chances of recombination. So first, linkage does not permit the breeder to bring desirable characters in one variety. For this reason, plant and animal breeders find it difficult to combine various characters. Now, if I am not interested in the existing traits into the my particular animal, I want to make certain changes and I wanted some characters to be modified. So this is the limitation. I have although put it into the significance, but this is the limitation, that new combination cannot be found. Linkage reduces the chances of recombination of the genes. That's why helps to hold the parental characteristic together. Right? Just now I have given example that I have the good quality of the breed and I want to retain it. So if these good quality genes are linked together, so I can hold that parental character for the longer time. So that's why it will help me to maintain that particular parental and racial other characters for the longer term. Now, linked genes are not inherited together every time. What happened? So, why? What is the reason that these linked genes are not inheriting together always? So, chromosomal exchange homologous genes during the meiosis. Sometimes what happen when there is a meiosis? So, at the meiosis prophase 1, I repeat, meiosis prophase 1, crossing over occurs. This is important to remember that crossing over occurs during the process of meiosis, and that particular time in the prophase 1, the two sister chromatids they form the chiasma. Chiasma is just a synapse. They combine together, and that particular time sometimes it has been observed that they exchange the piece of chromosome. As you can see here, they have exchanged the piece of chromosome in this case. Okay, you can see here they have exchanged the piece of chromosome, this particular part, and here no crossing over has occurred. So what is this crossing over? What is the crossing over? Crossing over is the random exchange of DNA between two non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosome. I repeat, a random exchange of DNA, okay, between two non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosome. Now here one must remember two terms. Homologous chromosome means the same chromosome. We have the pair of the chromosome, and sister chromatids. Now you can see here this chromosome is having the two chromatids. So these two chromatids which is linked, okay, these are called as the sister chromatid. So what is going to happen? The non-sister chromatid, that means this is having this green, one is having this sister chromatid, and this is having this. So non-sister chromatids means to the next chromosome, to the homologous chromosome, when they are exchanging material instead of their own. So that is called as the crossing over. So when this crossing over will happen, we will get the recombination of the genetic material. Say example, here this homologous pair of chromosome is having the this purple one have the dominant homozygous capital A capital B capital A capital B, and this green is having small a small b small a small b. So when there is a crossing over, so this particular first purple will have capital A capital B, and now this has exchanged with the next homologous chromosome, so we are getting capital A small b, and same here it got the purple piece, so small a capital B. So when there will be separation, so at the time of separation we will get the non-recombinant. This is the parental combination capital A capital B, recombinant chromosome capital A small b, that means we can say the non-parental. Same here, this is also non-parental, and this is the small b parental. So max to max we can get the 50% recombination. So prevalence of recombination is depend on the distance. Okay, if the genes are, now I have taken example of the three genes here so that you can understand that A and B are close genes and C is a distant genes. So there are the chances that this can be separated. So you can see here the C is separated. Capital A, capital B remain together, and C has gone on that particular homologous chromosome. On the basis of the formation of the chiasma, means if the chiasma is formed only one, so that particular time it will be called as a single crossing over. double crossing over or multiple crossing over. First, we'll talk about the single crossing over. So, in the case of the single crossing over, this type of crossing over have only one chiasma. I had already explained chiasma is a point where two homologous non-sister chromatic exchange the genetic material by forming the synapse. And when it happens into the meiosis prophase 1. So all along the length of chromosomal pair, wherever they point, where they combine, where they form the synapse, where they overlap, that particular point is called as the chiasma. Gametes formed by this type of crossing over are called as the single crossover. Double crossover, two chiasma will be formed along the entire length of the chromosome. This will lead to the breakage and rejoin of the chromosome. We have already seen that the chromosomes are breaking and their parts are being exchanged. So this gametes will be called as the double crossing over gamete. Multiple crossing over, more than two chiasma are formed. So you can see this is the double crossing over. Here these pairs are combining. So we are getting the many combination capital A small b in this chromosome. From here it has gone there, as well as these are also been exchanged. A triple crossing over, you can see this is exchanging this part from here, and these two are exchanging. Quadruple crossing over. Crossing over between the sister chromatid also can be occur. Okay, so these are the various type of crossing over. Now, what are the factors which is affecting the crossover? Factors means the things which can brings about the crossing over. So first factor is the sex. Sex means gender here. There is a tendency of reduction of crossing over in the male mammals. While you will find that the more chances of crossing over occurs into the female. Even the Morgan has found same thing into the Drosophila also. He found that 80% of the time the Drosophila female gametes are formed by the crossing over, while such type of crossing over is reduced into the male. Mutation reduces the crossing over. Why? Because mutation, what do you mean by mutation? Mutation means change into the natural form of the genetic set. So this can be a single genetic change, or it can be the entire chromosome. So if mutation occurs, it causes a type of mismatch, so this reduces the crossing over. Then the next thing is the temperature. Fluctuation into the temperature, whether it is high or it is low. So such variation increases the percentage of crossing over in the certain part of chromosome. X-ray radiation increase crossing over near the centromere. Age increases the rate of crossing over. So we have seen first two factors, sex and mutation. It reduces the crossing over, while fluctuation into the temperature, X-ray and age increases the crossing over. Now what are the significance of the crossing over? It produces the new combination of the traits. So if you are a breeder and looking for the new traits, so this is a very useful thing for you. Through the crossing over, segment of homologous chromosomes are interchanged and hence provide the origin of new characters and new genetic variation. Crossing over plays a very important role in the field of breeding to improve the variety of plants and animals. Now, what is the difference between these two? Linkage and crossing over. We will sum up the lecture with this difference. Linkage, it is the tendency of the genes on chromosome to remain together and pass into the next generation. They will be always remain together and they will pass together only into the next generation. So when there is more linkage, it will bring more parental type. Strength of linkage between two genes will increase if they are closely placed on the chromosome. Means if the distance between the loci is small, so there are chances that they will never ever separate, so they will always remain together. It helps to maintain newly improved variety. If a variety has been improved and if this variety are on the linked genes, so we can retain it for the longer time. Now crossing over is just opposite. It is exchange of genes or chromosomal parts to break established linkage and formation of new linkage. It produces recombination, new type of matlab other than parent, you will find new and new characters. Frequency of crossing over between two genes decrease if they are closely placed. It is the source of variation for producing new type of varieties. So this is all about the crossing over and the linkage. So at this note we'll just stop.